We are here live in Montreal, Quebec, Canada at Bell Center. Hello everybody, I am Michael Paulette and welcome back to Paris Regrets Hockey as they are now in Montreal to take on the Canadiens. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an outstanding matchup so far for the Paris Regrets. Saku Koivu is planning to take Regrets to a loss, but Mega Sponge is hoping to keep their win streak going as Jose Theodore gets a net for Canadiens and Letus gets a net for Paris. Let's get this game on the road. And now the puck is dropping now at center ice for the opening faceoff. The puck is run by Montreal as Koivu now comes down the line, already coming in on a 1-on-2. Looking for a shot, save made by Letus, and they'll freeze it up for a faceoff. Mega Sponge and Goliath, those are two of the most dominant players getting points on the board over the last two games as the faceoff now happens again. The puck is won again by Montreal, but it's picked off by Paris, picked up by Hunter Otto, down back over to Mega Sponge, who passes it over to Nick Bear. Nick Bear now coming down the line, looking for a shot. The puck goes off the pad, picked up by Mega for another shot. The puck goes off a player, picked up by Komisarek. One of the few dominant stars in Montreal, the Zednik. Zednik now looking for a move, picked up by Kovalev. To Koivu with a shot, the puck goes off the pad. Rebound, and the puck goes off the pad once again. Picked up by Zednik. Back down over the Kovalev, over to Koivu, shot off the pad, and shot, he scores! Richard Zednik. Go for a shot. He waited perfectly for the rebound. But what was number 21 doing there? It's like he just wanted that to happen. Harris disappointed in that. Face-off now set another way. The puck is won by Record Guy, sent down the line, picked up by Markov. Markov now coming down the line over the Dangonitis, but save made by Letus. The Evil Slayer couldn't get it out of his knees, but Avey back over to Evelyn, down back over the Record Guy, over to Evelyn, with a shot, she scores! Evelyn ties the game up. Record Guy back over to Evelyn, she spins back. Jose couldn't stop that. No way, Jose. Now the game is tied back up as now we get set for the opening for the faceoff. The puck is won now by Mega Sponge. Mega Sponge now coming down the line. He's coming in on a 3-on-2. Nick Bear tried to go for a shot, save made. Mega Sponge now back down over the Nick Bear, back over the Mega Sponge for a shot, save made, but it's picked up by Dandenalt. Dandenalt over the Ballas. Ballas now over the Bonk. Bonk's a funny name. With a shot, puck goes off the pad. Picked up by Hunter Otto. Hunter coming down the line over the Axel. Axel looking for some room. Mega Sponge picked off by Bulis as they come down the line. Bulis with a shot, the puck goes wide. Picked up by Bonk, back over the Bulis. Now picked up by Faith, down over the Hunter. Hunter now passing it, but it's intercepted by Sundstrom as they head down the line again. What a shot, the save made by Letus. Montreal's trying everything over the Bonk, picked off by Hunter Otto. Hunter Otto now going down over the Axel Goliath, back down over the Hunter Otto. And the puck goes wide off the board, picked up by Sure, now back over the Kovalev. Kovalev now coming in. Picked off by Evil Slayer, now picked up by Avey. Avey was the overtime game winner last night. Evelyn, oh, scored by Evelyn, by Avey! Avey with the perfect one-timer thanks to Evelyn. Remember, she got the overtime game winner last game against Boston, but now Paris is up 2-1. So now the faceoff is set again. The puck is won by Ribeiro. Going now for a shot, save made off the pad, and now they're going ferociously at it. Dagnus with a shot, the puck goes off the pad. Ryder to Rivet with a shot, save made, picked up by Billy, down back over to Joseph. Joseph down over to Pens. Pens coming in slowly, coming in on a 2-on-3. Jamal tried to go for a shot. Save made, picked up by Pens. Pens now passing it back down the line. Picked up by Joseph over to Jacob Hart with a shot. Save made, and it's saved by Jose Theodore. Craig Rivet. He's been giving shots to Letus all night, but Letus has been blocking him. There's one thing I can say. He knows how to block. The puck is won back by Montreal. Zednik now coming down the line with his teammate as he comes in on a 2-on-2. Zednik over the Koivu, over the Kovalev. Over the Koivu with a shot, the puck goes off the crossbar. Picked up by Faith, now back down to Axel. Axel coming down the line, looking for room and players. Picked up the Mega Sponge, back to Axel, over to Nick Bear with a shot. The puck goes off the pad of Theodore. Picked up by Surrey, now picked up again by Nick Bear. Over to Axel. Axel with a shot, the puck goes off the net. Picked up by Surrey. As they come down the line with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. Zednik looking. Kovu saved. Honorado with the puck. Nick Bear now with the puck now as they're coming down the line. Picked up by Mega Sponge, down over to Axel Goliath. Axel picked up by Mega Sponge with a shot. Save made as picked up by Komisarek. Komisarek, one of the big fat players, is now picked up over the Koivu with 2 seconds left, and that will be the end of the first period. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Michael Paulette on commentary. I'm going to look for someone to join me up here in the booth. As ladies and gentlemen, we head to the guys back over at the CSN Intermission Studio for your report and your gambling bets. Guys?
Hi, I'm John, and I'm here to tell you about the latest revolution in domestic technology, the iToilet. You use iToilet just like you would use a regular toilet. With a standard iToilet account, you can have up to 1,200 poos, or 8,000 wee-wees. When you've done your business, it's converted into a file, which is then emailed to us here at iToilet HQ. We've made cleanup fully intuitive, so there's no need to carry toilet paper. You just download what you need when you need it, right from the iToilet store. Press print, and you're good to go. Thanks for listening.
Got a big problem on your hands? Hire a big solution. At the Sidaris insurrection, the Legion outmaneuvered, outfought, and outlasted the rebel upstarts, restoring order to a chaotic world. No Legionnaire will ever forget their steadfast tradition of fighting to the last. At the massacre of Canterone, Legionnaires sold their lives dearly while evacuating the royal family.
Royal families clear of palace. All back to secondary hands.
Adept in any environment, Legionnaires have a long history of bringing the battle to the enemy, wherever and whoever they may be. Need an edge on your industry competitors? Legionnaires are experts in industrial sabotage and ready to put your competitors' profit margins 6 feet under.
Pull up! Pull up! Getting a little hot in here.
No mission too desperate, no job too dirty. Keep your hands clean and call in the Legionnaires.
After a long day of yard work, I like to come in the house and pour myself a tall glass of Turner's Premium Tea. You just drank all the tea. Yeah, you keep it up, you're getting nothing but hose water. I like to come in the house and pour myself a tall glass of Turner's Premium Tea. I told you not to turn that fridge dial down past 5. Turner's. You better hide that.
And welcome back to second period action, live on CSN. Paris regrets, Montreal Canadiens. You're watching live with me, Michael Pollock. The puck is won now by Montreal, as now Montreal now comes down the line, looking for an opportunity, and it's saved off of Leadus, picked up by Hunter Arno, now picked up by Faith. Faith now looking over back to Hunter, over to Nick Bear. As now Nick Bear now comes in on a 3-on-3. Goliath, the Mega Sponge with a shot, the puck goes off the glass. Picked up now by Kovalev. Kovalev now coming down the line. Over to Koivu. Koivu to Kovalev. Shot, save made, picked up by Faith. Picked up by Faith, now back down over the Mega Sponge, who's coming down the line right now on a 2-on-2. Axel with a shot, the puck goes off the pad. Lies back over the Hunter. Back over to Nick Bear, picked off by Sure. Is now Koivu takes it down the line on a 3-on-3. Over to Kovalev. Koivu with a shot and a glove save by Letus. Now this is a goalie that knows how to get it done. Letus has been helping them a lot on keeping this win streak, as their win streak is now 2-0 with no losses so far, and now a penalty is going to be power play on Montreal as AV gets a 2-minute minor for roughing. Yeah, you can't just shove a player out the way like that. Come on, AV, you know better. The coach is pissed. But now Montreal's on the power play as the faceoff is won by Montreal. Sure with a shot, save made, picked up by Billy. Now down over the Nick Bear. Nick Bear and the other player coming in on 2-on-2, that being Mega. Nick Bear back to Mega. Now as they're looking for, he got shot down. Billy, what a slap shot. Save made by Jose Theodore. La Charuca playing on the organ. As now the faceoff. The puck is won again by Paris with a shot, and the puck goes wide off the glass. Markov over to Ribeiro, over the Ryder. Ryder with a shot, the puck goes off the pad of Letus. Rivet down over the Markov. Markov with a shot, picked up by Hunter Otto. Now Joseph goes and Nick Bear coming down here for the 2-on-2, looking for opportunity. From behind the net, Joseph goes, now trying, now it's picked up by Riviera, down back over to Dang and Ice, now down over to Ribeiro. Ribeiro now moving in. Beautiful glove save by Letus as it's over down to Nick Bear, as Nick Bear now comes down the line by himself, picked off by Markov, over the Ryder. Ryder now back on over to Dangonitis with a shot, and the puck goes off of Letus' face. Faith with the puck. Looking. She's got Xavier. Down back over the Faith, over the Nick Bear. Nick Bear who now comes in on a 2-on-1. Nick Bear spinning around, trying to go. It's picked up by Dan Dodaro. Down over the Koivu, down over the Kovalev. Kovalev now coming in with a shot, save made off Elitis. Is now Billy over the Nick Bear, down over the Mega Sponge. Now Avi's back from the penalty. Now over to Xavier with a shot. Whoa! Mega Sponge stole the goal as it got off his stick. That makes Paris in a 3-1 lead as it goes off a Mega stick. Jose is pissed. 3-1 Paris as we now get set for the opening faceoff. The puck is won by Montreal. Picked up by Pens, now down over to Jacob Harvey. Jacob Harvey down over to Jamal. Back over to Jacob Harvey with a shot. The puck goes off Jose Theodore's pad. Picked up by Markov over the Begin, down over the Marion Hossa. Hossa now coming down the line, looking for an opportunity with a shot. The puck goes off the pad of Letus. Picked up by Begin, now back down over to Jamal. Jamal now coming in with a 2-on-2 with Jacob Harvey beside him. Jacob Harvey coming in, save made off the pad. Picked up by Hossa, now back down over the Begin. As it's now picked up by Billy over the Pens. Pens now coming down the line on a 2-on-2. He tried to go for a shot, but it's saved as it's picked up now by Montreal as Marion Hossa comes down the line on a 3-on-3. Down over the Begin, over the Perallet, as it's off Elitis, picked up by Joseph, down over to Jamal, now back down over to Jack Harv, now down to Record Guy. Record Guy's got room to Jacob Harvey, but it's saved by Jose Theodore. Zednik now coming down the line, picked up by Kovalev. Picked up by Koivu, the puck goes off Elitis' pad, picked up by Evelyn, who has one goal tonight. Now down over the Avi, who also has a goal, I believe has a goal tonight, and she scores to make the second goal of the night. That makes this game 4-1. Once again, assisted by Evelyn. These two ladies are a great duo here on the ice as we now get set for the faceoff. The puck is won by Paris as now Mega Sponge now comes down the line with a shot. The puck goes off the pad, picked up by Danton out over the Bullis. Bullis now over the Sundstrom. Sundstrom now coming down the line. Over the bonk, over the Oasis, over the Mega Sponge. Mega Sponge, he's got players, but it's picked up by Bouillon, and it's now picked up again by Sundstrom. Sundstrom, the Bouillon, picked off by Faith, now down over the Axel. Axel now over the Mega Sponge. Mega Sponge looking for some room, saved by Theodore with 1:22 left in the second. Jose Theodore is trying his best out there, but he's let in 4 goals. The puck is won by Montreal. That's Komisarek, down over the Kovu. Kovu now coming down the line, looking for an opportunity, picked off by Evelyn, now back down over the AB, down over the Record Guy. Record Guy now is coming in back in deep with a shot, and it's the end of the second period. Before we head off the second period intermission, I will remind you guys that we will be back at the Tropical Rouge Arena in Paris, France for our next game against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tickets are on sale as we now head to your intermission and also your gambling bet. Guys,
I'm Optimus Prime.
And I'm Wheeljack, the Autobot's brilliant and talented mechanical engineer.
Vector Sigma.
And we're here to tell you about this totally awesome new cereal called Energon-O's. I tell you, this cereal is so tasty, you're gonna love it. Mmm. Now that's delicious. Tastes so good. Yum.
The hell are you doing?
I'm eating the cereal. Tastes good. That's some good stuff right there. That's some good cereal.
But you're not really eating it.
I'm pretending to eat it. It's called acting.
It's still on the spoon. You can see it.
They can edit that stuff out. Haven't you ever heard of movie magic?
You're an idiot.
Hey, fuck you. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, well, I didn't ask, so...
Well, do it your fucking self then. And don't ask me for any fucking help next time you need someone to build some new Dinobots for you. And you know what? I hope the Constructicons kick your ass.
Maybe if you knew how to build a robot with a fucking functional brain, we'd have a chance.
What'd you say?
Simple brains, Wheeljack.
You are never gonna let me live that down, are you?
Hey, let's make the Dinobots stupid like real dinosaurs were. I'm Wheeljack. I make stupid robots.
Why, you motherfucker. Come here.
Get off of me. Get away. Take me, huh? Stop.
Oh, my transistors.
Okay, cut. We can't use any of that.
I told you that was a bad idea.
You better not be ordering DoorDash while we capture this point.
But Soldier, they got the loaded wings.
Loaded wings? New from Carl's Jr. It's the $3.99 all special duty extra special. And he will enter. You will leave.
welcome to third period action live here on CSN. Paris leads 4-1 against Montreal. The Montreal's coach was pissed in the locker room, yelling at the players. And already, to start off, there's a fight between Hunter Otto and Surrey. Jabs by Hunter, jabs by Surrey. Grabbing onto each other, jabs by Surrey. A big uppercut by Hunter. They're now vigorously going at it. Hunter getting the dominant on the punches. Surrey, he's trying his best. punch to the shoulders, but Hunter, he's going at it. And a big KO punch by Hunter Otto. Sheldon Surrey and Hunter Otto are going in the box for 5 minutes for fighting. Now, as I was saying before the fight ended, the Montreal's coach was angry at them inside the locker room. He was yelling at them as Kovalev now comes down the line with a shot and save made goes off the pad. The Montreal coach wants them to get back in the game, but the Paris coach honestly didn't mind. He was in the locker room and just told them, just end it. So, and that's what Paris is here to do with their 4-1 lead. And now Montreal now comes down the line. They try to go for a shot, picked off by Mega Sponge, down over the Axel, now down over the Nick Bear. Nick Bear now back down over the Axel as they come out on 3RP, but it's picked up by Komisarvi, now back down over the Koivu. Koivu now coming down the line, and it's saved by Letus. Axel and Mega Sponge right there, those are the two dominant stars on the Paris Regrets roster so far, with assists and goals to rank them all up. Joseph Goes now has the puck over the Billy. Excuse me for a moment. Sorry about that, had to catch a breath. Jacob Harvey now coming down the line, picked off by Sundstrom. Back down over the Boulies. Boulies now looking for some room. Shot, save made by Letus. They try to go for the rebound, and they can't get it as it's picked off by Billy. Billy now back behind Letus to Joseph. Over to Jacob Harvey. To Jamal, off the pad of Jose Theodore. Matthew Dananalt, he's had multiple hits this game and he's been trying to score on net, but nothing has gone in. Is now Mega Sponge. And the number 71 Ribeiro to drop the puck, and it's won again by Montreal. As Dagnias comes down the line. Ryder coming in, goes off the side. And it's now picked up by Hunter Otto, down back over to Nick Bear. Now back over to Mega Sponge. He served his penalty as now Mega Sponge with the puck. Picked up by Rivera, down over to Danganias. Ryder, shot, save made, rebound off the post. Picked up by Nick Bear. Nick Bear now coming down the line. Over to Axel with a shot, save made. Mega Sponge now with the puck as he's picked up by Markov. Markov now down to Danganias. Danganias now coming in, over the Rivet, over the Markov with a shot, save made, picked up by Axel, down back over to Nick Bear, now back down over the Mega Sponge. Back over to Hunter with a shot, save made, rebound, picked off by Rivet. Rivet now, over to Rivero. Ryder, down over to Danganias. And a score by Mike Rivero! He puts them up to a 2-goal game now. They need 2 more points to tie it up, and 1 more point to see if they can win the game. Puck is won by Koivu, as Koivu now comes down the line. Now, going down the line, Montreal has it going. Koivu with a shot, save made by Letus. Zednik with a shot, save made. Back over the Koivu. To Zednik. They're fighting at it at the net. Picked up by Komisarek with a shot. Picked up by Billy. Now back to Jamal. Now back down over to Jacob Harvey. Jacob Harvey now looking for some moon. Back to Jamal. Making the drive. Picked off by Komisarek. Now back down over to Zednik. Going. The puck went wide. That didn't go to anybody. Kovalev. Picked off by Billy. Over to Jamal. Jamal over to Jacob Harvey. Jacob Harvey. Looking for some room. Picked up by Pens as it's off the player's pad. Picked up by Pens again. Save. Rebound. Save. Rebound again. Save. They're at it at the net as it's saved by Jose Theodore with a minute to go in the period. Richard Zednik with 1 goal tonight. 1 hit. He was one of the few dominants here for Montreal. Off the tie-up, it is won by Paris. Hunter Otto with a shot, save made, picked up by River, down over the Ribeiro. Mike Ribeiro already has 1 goal tonight, picked up by Ryder, picked up by Hunter Otto, now back down over to Axel Goliath. Axel Goliath now passes it down to Mega Sponge. Mega Sponge coming in on a 3-on-3, back to Axel, off the post. Picked up by Markov. Markov now coming down the line. They pulled the goalie for the home team. Honorado. Down back over the Faith. They're going after her. She's got to pass it somehow. She passes it back down, picked up by Axel. Back down to Hunter. Hunter to Mega Sponge. He's got a wide open net, and it just misses as Axel now back over to Mega Sponge with the empty net goal. That makes 2 players have 2 goals tonight, Avi and Mega. The puck is won by Montreal with a shot. Save made, picked up by Evil Slayer. Now back down over to Evelyn. Evelyn now coming down by herself with Record Guy. Back to Avi. Now back down over to Evelyn as it's off the pad. And that will be the end of the game. The first game for Paris to not end in overtime as they win the game 5-2. Dominant force by all the players, but Montreal, they're booing them out the building. As your third star of the night is Mega Sponge with 2 goals on his side. Our second star is Evelyn the Rabbit Queen with 1 goal and 2 assists. And your first star, the overtime game winner last game, AV, with 2 goals, 1 assist, and 3 points on her side. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael Pollock. As the boos are getting louder, but the music's getting louder as well. This was a dominant game by the Paris Regrets, a 5-1 win against the Montreal Canadiens. This is me saying goodnight from CSN Sports. And here is your final results from the gambling bets. Thank you for watching the Paris Regrets the New York Rangers on the Community Sports Network. If you want more videos, please like, comment, and subscribe.